Well, it's a good afternoon. Today we're at Brigsley, which is on the outskirts of East Lincolnshire, close proximity to Waltham. So this is a church dedicated to St Helen's. St Helen is Constantine's mum, so it's a very sacred name, Helen. So we've got this fantastic church here that's been constructed like our ancient ancestors again in facing warfare in nations and tribes. They've excavated all this mound and then walled it. So it's to protect the church from any invading forces. So let's go check it out. It's another beautiful day once again in Britain. Oh, that's a pretty cool gate here. St Helen. So we've got at the original foundations here, you can see traditional Anglo-Saxon tower, and then at some point after the Norman invasion they've come and restored the tower and built it. It's in good nick for over 1,000 years, and then restored in 1066. After this 1066, 1080 AD. But again, this is another church we've come across, and it's used chalk from the chalk quarry at Irby upon Humber. Had some, believe this was done in the 18th century. This restoration up there would have been, you see, it's very worn brickwork, stone masonry's eroding time after time. These would have been replaced and restored, and they originally would have had stained glass windows. So they haven't done a grandeur job there, they've just done a basic wooden restoration. It's pretty basic, which is quite sad really, because the ancient churches was the powerhouses of the community. Now obviously people's faiths are dying off slowly but surely. No one's bothered about Christ anymore, or the church, or religion in fact in general. So you've got a cross here that again, during this Viking invasions, they've completely smashed it to oblivion pretty much. So the top is missing. This has got some kind of markings on I've not seen. Maybe it's to do with Jesus, the Greek Jesus, Ius. Some kind of plinth here as well that's been smashed. So I was out at St Andrews in Utterby yesterday. That cross had completely gone. It was on like a pyramid base, but then they had this like rendering, metallic rendering. I don't know if that's been added in at a later date or if it's from medieval times. And it was just used to strengthen the column. But again, it's a symbolism for the male phallic symbol. Like what you have in it across India, the Shiva Lingam, it's all to do with like electrical energy and divine masculine energy, and then divine feminine. I know, it's a very peaceful setting out here, Brigsley. You see here, you've got the the Victorian headstones, and then obviously there's some later ones added over the hundreds of years after it was first put down. So we keep seeing this. This is the third church I've been to now that's had this chalk stone blocks, chalk blocks. They've been constructed. So this has been filled in. This would have been for the young, the help, the young, like the choir and for the young children that helped out the church or come to school here in medieval times. And again, you've got this Gothic architecture style that has been restored. Probably the Normans did that, or it's been restored at a later date in the 18th century. Again, the windows have been replaced. There would have been stained glass back in the day. It's quite a shame to not have them restored back to its original glory. It's very worn there, and then there's some restoration work. Probably again in the 18th century, and then they've had like modern lead glass. Not good. It's very boring. See the erosion there. Some kind of crypts here. So the rear of the church. See the Gothic style architecture. The limestone, not sure if this red glints. Looks like granite from a distance, but I actually think it's fungus on the brickwork, because we're kind of in marshland still. You've got a more modern burial site there. Some interesting stone blocks, the biggest ones in the church. The way the three, probably like 4 men would have had to slot that in. 2 on each side. Amounts of effort there. There's a bit of a stained glass window right at the top. You've got this guttering system all the way round. The windows up there, medieval. What's this? Sacred Heart. It's pretty cool. I know what it does. Leave it in peace. The Sacred Heart. It does look like a basic church on the inside. It's only a small village, Brigsley. It's not an established settlement. The Normans did some work here. They had some farm trade. Interesting. Some pretty good gargoyles there, pointing out in each direction. Again, ley lines and grid lines flow through here. Shame it isn't open. There's a festival coming up, so hopefully we'll get a look inside some of these churches and get up there on more frequent occasions, up and towards the bell tower. Well, extremely pleasant. You can't see. I'm not entirely sure them gargoyles. Probably built on the 18th century. The same as the top. It does look a little bit more modernised as you go further down, the older it gets. Then you've got this, it's like a medieval a headstone. It's got various engravings on, like floral decorations and like a rosy cross. I think that would predate the Rosicrucian era. And looks by some forms like is the Latin inscription. There's not a lot of history about this church. A lot of it's unknown. Furthest it's going back, saying Norman period, but you can tell there's the Normans did do here, but there was something later, something earlier during the Anglo-Saxon period. I do wonder if it was the Normans who actually extended this out and used this. They've come to the natural resources in the area and have quarried this. It's been them who's quarried the chalk stone from Irby upon Humber. It was more established. There's master builders, the Normans. Got to respect what they've done for the country, and the places of worship was constructed during over like nearly 1,000 years ago. Some pathway here, so I don't know if this comes adjacent to the church. I think we found a bee's nest or a wasp's nest. Yeah, I'm walking up to it, looking like a giant flower. Yes. Oh wow, good job I didn't walk on that. There's two entrance and an exit. They're busy working away. Like super smart wasps, same as ants as well. There's a hierarchy there. As much as humans is very similar, obviously we've got technology that helps us, but there's not a lot of difference between ants and bees and wasps to humans. I know it's bizarre to think that, but each one has jobs, they have a family, they all work for the Queen, do what's best for the community. Actually, they're more established than ants. Ants are actually super smart. I love ants. This is a beautifully crafted Victorian era headstone. We've got the same plot there. Cannot make the name. Alfred Thomas Folding of Brigsley. Died July the 4th, 1899. American Independence Day. And it's someone else that cannot make it out. The floral decorations and I think marble engraving's been worn out. You can't really make out what it says. Interesting. I'll have a little peek down here. So in ancient times, this is an ancient woodland. So they've made a way for a lot of construction in the area, but this would have been a main route in and out for pilgrims as well. Coming to and fro the church, from the church, school children going to the settlements, to and from all them years. So it's an established footpath. I think we'll wrap it up there. So this was St Helen's in Brigsley. And hope you enjoyed the tour around. I wish you all the best. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other, and God bless.